Hi there, and welcome to Little Black Dress. I'm Sarah Black. The 4th of July is just around the corner, which means barbecues, pool parties, and good old-fashioned American sectionalism. What better way to celebrate than by blowing things up and chowing down on your favorite American fare? According to hotdog.org, Americans consume more than 20 billion hot dogs per year. More than 150 million of those are consumed on the 4th of July alone. It's safe to assume you'll be offered a sausage of some sort this coming holiday, and I'm here to prepare you for the experience. As a woman who enjoys sausage more than is socially acceptable, I have compiled a how-to designed to guide you through the proper ways to eat a hot dog in public. You could always eat it from the middle, which reduces the visual of you inserting something long ways into your mouth. You could pick tiny pieces off, like a bird. Or take little nibbles. Likewise, you could also be sure to take a big chunk, being very toothy, making it very aggressive.
I like it. Here's another.
Things are heating up here in the studio.
You could be sure to pulverize it with your hands very firmly before scooping it up to eat it.
Oh, you're circumcised it.
What a bris! You certainly could also eat it like a man, where you throw your elbows on the table.
That is exactly how you look when you eat.
Maybe not exactly.
Certainly, though, if you do want to give the air, hook him and keep him, there's no unsexual way to eat a popsicle.
Well, I will say I'm a vegetarian, Sarah, but I would like to try out some of your methods. Maybe you could give me one with no meat. So you said to try to eat it from the middle?
Yes, yes.
Wait, how's this? Like.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wonderful. Yes.
Completely non-sexual, right?
Non-sexual, in any way, shape, or form. I'm not turned on. Beautiful.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
Yes.
Thank you, Sarah. Boy howdy. Up next we have the in-town, out-of-towner.
Hey folks, your in-town, out-of-towner here. It's time once again for the 4th of July. Hit the birthday of America. Everyone's favorite time of year. Yeah, it's time to see some fireworks explode. Well, not just now, but New Year's Eve and World Wrestling Superstar entrances and Pope announcements and home runs from a baseball team. Anytime, really. Well, this is one of them situations where we commemorate bombs bursting in the air by actually blowing things up in the air. Good thing we don't memorialize the Boston Tea Party by actually dumping out our tea every year. This here southern fella needs his tea, but nothing steaming from a pot. Only iced from a big pitcher. You know, and sweeter the better. Yeah. You know, this reminds me of my old late cousin Merle. God rest his soul. He used to say, "Hey y'all, watch this!" Inevitably, it was his inevitable way of saying goodbye from every party. Eventually, it was his goodbye from 10-fingered living, and then from life in general. Say la vie. Well, the differences between celebratory events in the city and the country can be astounding. There's similarities too. People are alike all over, really. Well, since I've celebrated in both Texas and Chicago, I figured I'd point out a few things. Well, down there you'll find good old Willie Nelson's annual 4th of July picnic. That's a festival that's a real big party. Chicago has its annual Pride Parade the week before the 4th. There's a festival that's a big party too. You know, you'd think they'd be a bit dissimilar, but really, in both situations, there's plenty of Willie to go around. Wearing bandanas or banana hammocks, you know what I mean. You know, if you live in a city neighborhood, you probably got to take a turn waiting for the barbecue grill to cook with. Well, if you're in wide open Texas country, you can have a cooker that's half a block long. You can cook burgers, and chicken, and pork, and hot dogs, and real dogs, and squirrels, and raccoons, and beavers, and goats. Oh man, it's delicious. I miss my family. Let's talk about firearms. Oh, Bessie. You know darn well, it ain't just country folks that have these, and there's more than enough of them carried by all sorts. The difference is that instead of just shooting targets, things that are in the air, why, there's city folks that tend to shoot each other. A USA Today headline article on May 30th ran and said, quote, 49 shot in Chicago over Memorial Day weekend. That's a sign of progress. End quote. So while one person oohs and ahs at Navy Pier popping fireworks, at the same exact time, someone else may be ow and ahhing and popping caps. It's not those fun little red smoky caps either that came with the toys in the 80s like Cops and Crooks or Thunder Punch He-Man, my favorite. Get your water pistols instead, fellas. You make a lot more friends that way. And Super Soaker wet t-shirt contests on the side. Well, I've gone on a bit, so I reckon it's about time to take them metaphorical beans off the fire, get down to really thinking about my love for dear old America, and how we're really fortunate in so many ways and really connected together. You know, that's on the 4th of July or otherwise. In fact, I gotta go talk to Sarah. I gotta learn how to eat a hot dog. Well, them fellas at the Pride Parade were all looking at me funny. Them boys. Well, this has been your in-town, out-of-towner. Back to you.
Thank you, in-town, out-of-towner. That was only slightly offensive as I'm from Mississippi.
Up next is Isabella McDougall with The Truth Report.